Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the iceHQ ice rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Warrinjoy and Woiwurrung traditional land for the CCM National Women's Tournament 2023, Round 1, Game 1. I'm Carl Brewer, and joining me this evening is Zoe Stewart. We're very privileged tonight to bring to you the first night's games of the second ever CCM National Women's Tournament. It's a sub-elite women's tournament, meaning players are only eligible to play if they're not currently in an AWIHL team this season. We have 6 teams competing with us this season. We have the West Australian iceHQ, the Central Coast Stingrays from the Arena rink in New South Wales. We have the Melbourne Flaming Galahs, the Adelaide Hidden Gems, who are subbing in for the Wolves, who came over here last year, the Melbourne Furies, and the Melbourne Reds, who were the winners of the competition last season. News from Adelaide this week was fascinating. I'm sure those of you in Adelaide will know all about it, but for the rest of us, we saw the closure of the arena, the ice rink over there in Adelaide, with some controversy around why that happened, and then almost immediately it opened back up again, or at least it's being reopened, which is a great relief, I'm sure, for all of you in Adelaide. So our thoughts are with you while that all gets sorted out, but hopefully you'll have a rink that is functioning very shortly. We know how valuable it is. We're a bit spoiled here in Melbourne with 3 of them, or technically 4 sheets. Defending champions here, the Melbourne Reds, will be the team to beat this weekend. A number of players in the Melbourne Duck squad make them a very tough team to beat indeed. They scrape in for eligibility because none of them are actually playing AWIHL just yet. That's the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. But the Ducks are playing exhibition games this summer, and so you get to see some of the girls in that team playing for the Melbourne Ducks next weekend when the Melbourne Ducks take on the Sydney Sirens here in Melbourne again. Last season, the Reds took the trophy with a strong win over the Melbourne Flaming Galahs. The Adelaide Wolves took out third. Who'll win it this time around? We have 6 games tonight. Each team gets 5 games between now and Sunday. Finals on Sunday morning and evening. And we have 3 games on Saturday morning. Then they get a rest for a little while until Saturday afternoon. Games starting again at 3:45 for another 6 games. The semi-finals will be on Sunday morning and the grand finals on Sunday afternoon, with the big one at 5 p.m. on Sunday. That's a lot of hockey. Zoe, what are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some excellent hockey played by some excellent teams. I think that we are going to come out of the gate flying, and it's going to be interesting to see how the teams manage playing so many games in such short amount of time. So I imagine as the night goes on, we might see, and the weekend goes on, absolutely, we might see a little bit of that fatigue setting in, particularly for those teams from out of state. We are just setting up for the opening draw tonight. Just got a little wave from Denise Rink there, and we are getting the Stingrays on for the opening draw.
So you're right there, Zoe. Fatigue management will be a huge deal. They've got 5 games of hockey plus finals in about 48 hours. We're underway.
Here we go. The Stingrays have possession of the puck as they fly into their offensive zone. Going around the net, bit of a save there, right in front of the net there, high danger zone. A shot and a score right off the draw. We are 13 seconds into the game and the Stingrays are up 1-0.
That's Vicky Prosek. She played here in the competition last time around, and it was very effective, and she was pretty good at scoring goals early on. She scored one very effective goal in the game against the Reds, first up in their game that they played last year, and straight away we've seen her potency. She's a very, very good, strong skater, and she can conserve her energy through the weekend with the Central Coast Stingrays having a full bench. Then she'll be very effective all through the tournament.
Absolutely. So Stingrays have just won that draw, and they are maintaining possession as it dribbles back into the O-zone of the Furies. The Rays get possession again, and they are coming up the right side and into their O-zone. We've got Abertan Jello going for the puck behind the net.
The Furies pretty keen to clear the puck out of here, but the Stingrays with good possession and good zone time at the moment. Furies looking to get the puck away, but finally they get a chance, but just not quite able to clear the zone. Puck got lost in some feet.
There's a little awry as they manage to get that across. Goes all the way across to the left side. And now a bit of a battle gives the Furies a little bit of space. Unfortunately, the Stingrays are hot in the zone. Goes a little high. Stingrays with possession, maintaining.
Oh, and for the Stingrays doing a good job there on the point, just keeping the puck in. They've got good zone time, the Stingrays. Just circling around, and the Furies not able to put a lot of pressure on them at the moment. And it's been quite a long time now in attack as the Furies skate across the top of the zone, but missing everything.
Absolutely. Now we've got Crawley with the puck. Pass up to Marion, who goes for a shot. Oh, danger zone. And we have a freeze of the puck by
we have a
Sarah.
goal.
Oh, we have a goal.
And the
yep.
puck was just loose there for a little bit too long in the slot. And I didn't quite catch exactly who managed to stick the puck in the goal there for the Central Coast Stingrays, but they've bounced out to a 2-0 lead early on in the game. The Furies are going to need to do a better job of just owning that space in front of the net and clearing the puck out to make themselves be a little bit more competitive.
Absolutely, putting a lot of pressure on the goaltender for the Furies, Sarah Nemmer. The Furies do win this draw. However, the Stingrays are on the attack. We've got Parker going in on the offense. Managed to gain possession, tries for a centering pass, but the Furies do manage to clear and get that out into the neutral zone. Stingrays do touch up, manage to send it down to the boards to Karen Jones, who is on left wing. Furies with possession once again, getting it up, looking for an out, and managing to get that out of their zone.
Kristen Edwards there for the Stingrays. Just not quite able to keep the puck in, and it's given the Furies their first opportunity with a little bit of zone time. Can the Stingrays clear the puck out? While the Furies try and get themselves a change, and they've got fresh D.
Going for that chase. They've got clear possession. Let's see if they can set up for that breakout around the net. Unfortunately for them, the Stingrays do manage to get it, but they manage to clear the zone. Now we have a winder with the puck heading in, going for a shot, and a save from Sarah Nemmer of the Furies. Looking for that wraparound, doesn't quite make it, and sending it up the boards, flying through is Jackwitz. Into the offensive zone, looking for a shot, doesn't quite manage to get that one off. And a bit of a battle in the corners for the puck, sending it round.
Jackwitz there generating the first real attacking opportunity for the Furies, but they've managed to get a defensive change now, and can they keep some puck in the zone and see if they can get some shots on the net?
They are getting a bit more zone time with this entry. They do get a pass up and don't manage to keep it in, but the Fury do maintain possession. And a pass goes awry, does lead to the puck staying in the Stingrays zone.
Yeah, Debbie Bowles there took the option of passing across to Liv Fletcher, who then didn't quite get enough on the puck to clear it out of the zone, and pretty much just passed it straight to one of the Stingrays, thus allowing them to keep the puck in. But now the Furies clear the zone, and a couple of them race over to the bench to get the change.
Stingrays looking to reset for that breakout. Some pressure there by Denise Rank. The Stingrays Bartlett goes for a shot, goes wide, up the boards, and Gillies with possession now. Ooh, dangerous zone for the Fury. And they're looking for that centering pass. No one home for that one. They go for a backhand, but the Furies get that one out into the neutral zone. And sending that one back.
A little bit of miscommunication there on the bench for the Furies. I think they've managed to get 6-5 on the ice now. But it was a little bit messy on their change, but they've got that sorted. They're being coached today by Nicholas Droog, who's a bit of a legend around here at this rink.
Absolutely. All right, that centering pass goes for a shot. They look for the rebound, and the Stingrays are up 3-0 in the first. 10 minutes in, we have a 3-0 lead, putting a lot of pressure in their O-zone on Sarah Nemmer in goal, and managing to score on that rebound shot.
I think the Stingrays have come here on a bit of a mission. They've brought across a strong team down from Arena, and they are certainly showing the Furies the fury, if you like, of the Stingrays, and getting some good opportunities for rebounds. The Furies will need to just own that space in front of the net with a bit more vigour, or the Stingrays are just going to pummel them all night.
Absolutely. Now, Stingrays going speeding through the neutral zone into the O-zone. High slot looking for a shot. Goes behind the goal and round to the corners. With possession, getting around the Furies. Another shot. Double save there on the rebound from Sarah Nemmer in goal. Now the Furies looking to break out, heading up through the neutral zone, muscling their way through, looking for a shot. Can they get the shot on goal? They do, and that is a save from Jen Lund, who has not seen much action so far in the first.
It's her first save. She'd be pleased to get that one. It's always good for a goalie to get the first save on the board.
For another shot, and that one is swallowed up by Sarah Nemmer.
So Nema's done a pretty good job of making the first save. She's been leaving some rebounds, and that's not necessarily her fault. The thing you always say in a game of hockey is that the goalie makes the first save, and it's up to the defending players to clear out that loose puck and sort out the second effort.
Absolutely.
And that's what the Furies need to do better. Otherwise, they're just going to get overrun all night.
Fury win does lead to a turnover, dangerous turnover, going behind the net. They're looking for that centering pass up, but the Furies managed to get possession back, and we are passing up to Viegas. The high neutral zone, the Stingrays passing up, bit of a bounce off the boards and into the O-zone for them.
You can see that they're getting the Furies are getting puck position in that zone, but they're just not clearing the puck out with enough authority. So when they get the puck in this situation, they really need to put a bit more sauce on it to clear it out of the zone. Otherwise, they're basically just passing it to the Stingrays, who are floating around with too much time and space at the moment.
The Stingrays using behind the net as a bit of an authority for them to get that centering pass in. Now the Furies do manage to touch up on that one, but it does go back deep into the zone. And another dangerous place for the puck for the Furies before they do manage to clear on an icing.
And it's Debbie Bowles there who finally gets to clear the puck out of the zone. But a lot of the girls playing for the Furies are used to playing here in the beer league here at iceHQ. And the icing rule is a little bit different. So they've just been caught out by what's called a hybrid icing, which is the standard icing rule played around the country. So they've cleared the puck out from in their defensive zone, put the puck all the way down the other end past the goal line, and as a result they have to come back for a defensive zone face-off, and they're not allowed to get a change. And that's something that they're particularly not used to. But the referee tonight, Craig Armstrong-Frey, he'll be right on top of that, and they'll learn a lesson pretty quickly. If you dump the puck all the way down the other end, you can't change. And so they'll work that out fairly quickly.
Once again, the Stingrays using those corners to their advantage to keep that possession, trying to get that pass into that high danger zone.
Prosuck just carrying the puck around behind the net, looking for someone loose in the slot, and she's got one there in Giles, but they couldn't quite get the puck out. And this time, the Furies clear the puck out of the zone, but only as far as a Stingray defensive player there
Winder coming through, looking for a shot.
Winder, who has a shot, but it's ridden wide. And pops herself back out into defence. Nice little piece of defensive activation there by the Stingrays. Winder did a good job of just making that play happen and then quickly returning to her role in defence as the Furies playing some low percentage hockey, you've got to say, at the moment, I think, Zoe. They're not prioritising clearing the zone as much as perhaps they need to, and it's probably a result of the pressure that's being put on them by the Stingrays. But they're making some fairly low percentage options and passing across ice in their defensive zone, and we all know that's a pretty bad choice. And it's just because of extensive pressure by the Stingrays at the moment.
Absolutely. A couple of shots into the zone. A little bit of miscommunication from the defense of the Furies has just led to a bit of confusion about who's got the puck, where we're going with the puck. And once again, the Stingrays do get possession, go for a shot, and that is a glove save by Nema.
And Nema flashes the mitts, makes the catch. And that's one of the things that we often say about goalies is that they have fast hands and slow feet. And we just saw there that Nema used her fast hand to make quite a nice little save there from a high shot. Stingrays have had a good result so far with low shots and rebounds. The high shots, they look great on the highlight reel, but they don't go in very often.
I am looking forward to seeing a few windmills tonight as well.
We might see some of them, absolutely.
Now a race for the puck. And Chong managed to get the puck. And we go east to west. Now we're coming up, and I believe that is Leg with the puck. Maintains possession in the O-zone. Stingrays looking for an exit, don't get it. And now we've got more pressure up as the puck does go out, but the Furies rolling here a little bit with the maintaining possession. Pass goes awry, and they do get a bit of a breakout with that one. Going for that dangerous shot, and that is another goal from the Stingrays. Up 4 in the first.
It's Sophie Abatangalu. I'm going to try and get that one right all night with her first goal of the evening. Nice little move through the middle, a little bit of a silky deke and some nice hands, and managed to undress pretty much everyone in defence and get past a lot of them. So the Furies will have a bit to think about in the first break coming up in 3.5 minutes. So the Coast has blown out to a 4-0 lead. 12 shots to just a 1 for the Furies. Debbie Bowles just dumping the puck up there and making the right option and using the safety of the boards. But if they can just kind of make some better decisions, the Furies will give themselves a much better chance. But they've been under fairly relentless pressure at the moment by the Stingrays.
Absolutely, and the Stingrays managing to get up again with speed. Go for a backhand into the slot. doesn't quite make it. Long shot, doesn't make to the net. Going to the boards. And we get it up and out as it dribbles back down.
Bowls with
into the
another good clearance, but unfortunately again for her, it will be another icing, so they'll have to come back and they cannot get a change. So if you've got an elevated heart rate and looking for a rest, you've got to stay on the ice until you get a clearance. And you aren't icing it, which basically means, if you're not familiar with the rule, if you play the puck from behind the centre of the ice and it crosses the goal line at the other end without anyone touching it, that is an icing, which means you're brought back to a defensive face-off. The idea behind it is to stop teams from escaping pressure just by dumping the puck all the way down the other end all the time, which is what the Furies need to do, but they need to do it with a little bit more measure.
Absolutely, and upsettingly little to do with Cake. Now the Stingrays going for a shot, goes wide, dangerous place to be for the Furies, who send it, ring it around the boards. No, they do not. They do not ring around the boards. That's a save from Nema, stick save, and the Stingrays keep that one in.
Bowles got a handle on it, managed to just clear the stick up, but it didn't get over the blue line. And, another chance now as Debbie Walls races into the corner, but they're already getting a bit tired. The Stingrays with some good pressure once more coming across the front. Get another shot on. Nice pad save from Nema. Bowles puts it unfortunately back in. Sorry, that wasn't Bowles, that was McNabb putting it across the front of the net again for the
Now that one goes
Furies.
wide, doesn't quite make the net. They send it up again, and 54, which is Marion, is there. The Furies go in. They are
Marie
looking
Stella
for
on a
1-0.
break.
The speed of the Stingrays does catch them out on that one, but the Furies do have a bit of ozone time there before that one dribbles back out. Furies maintain possession. Bit of miscommunication allows them to go through, the Stingrays to go through. Looking for a shot. Doesn't quite make it.
And Mitch Proska, who played here again last season, starting to show a bit of leadership also for the Stingrays with some good play there. Playing a good sensible shot and just putting the puck deep into the zone and just keeping relentless pressure on the Furies.
Stingrays looking once again for that centering pass, keeping light on their legs as they are moving around their zone. Looking to get in. Someone set up on that backhand. That's another save by Nema. Who goes down. Bit of pressure there from Lauren on the Furies.
Boschke now just gets a pass across into two Stingrays in the slot. A little bit lucky there, the Furies, to get away with that one. The puck bobbling around loose in the slot. But a good kick save by Nema manages to stop that one tickling the twine. And, another loose puck in the slot.
Now the
Puck bobbling
Stingrays
around
looking
again once more.
make that one. They're looking to make that one 5-0 in the last 15 seconds of the game. Really rolling here in their zone. Furies desperately looking to get that one out. Looking tired on their legs as they go. Cross the slot high. 2 seconds to go. Doesn't look like they're going to go for that final shot. And that is the end of the first period.
And so at the end of the first, we have a 4-0 lead to the Central Coast. 16 shots to just the one to the Furies. Goals to Vicky Prosek very early on indeed in the game. And then followed by Narelle Owen, Tanya Crawley and Sophie Abatangelo. I think I got that one right. I'm sure I'll get told if I wasn't. So dominating first period there for the Stingrays. The Furies have a bit of work to do. They need to settle down their decision making and try and get high percentage zone exits to try and get the puck out of their defensive zone. They've got to start playing the puck around the safety of the boards rather than risky passes across the ice, because the Stingrays are just floating around, picking those passes up and just pouring on more and more pressure. The Furies, to their credit, did have a couple of breakaways, one early on by Jackwitz and another a little bit later by Marie Stella, but they were run down by a rapidly chasing Central Coast Stingrays defence, who gave them no chance to actually get a decent shot away. So just the one on the net so far. We do have a 1 minute break, which is very nearly finished, so they haven't got much time to get things organised. I'm sure Nicholas would be telling the ladies to play safer options when you're trying to clear the puck out of the zone and use the safety of the boards. That's certainly what I'd be telling them.
Absolutely.
If they can do that better, then they will reduce the Stingrays' chances to score goals and let themselves get a bit of recovery time. And the period will be underway very shortly. Zoe, what's going to happen this time?
Well, I'm sure the coach for the Stingrays, James Albert's probably telling them to keep doing what they are doing. Let's see what the Furies have to counter-attack, what the Stingrays have managed to roll onto them in the first period as we set up.
Well, the Furies do have a bigger bench than the Stingrays. The Stingrays have about 2.5 lines by the look of it now. One of their players, Cassandra Dutton, she is missing this evening, but she'll be here later for the second game. But they may find that some fatigue starts to play later on in the game, which might possibly play into the hands of the Furies.
The Stingrays win that draw. The Furies coming out. Jackwit's trying to get that shot on. Doesn't quite make it deep into the zone. And now the Stingrays are coming back up through the O-zone. As we go into the corner, Furies possession once more. And a bit of a penalty upcoming against the Stingrays.
Looks like we could have either a tripping call or an interference on Tanya Crawley there for the, it's an interference call, I believe. Sorry, a holding call on Crawley, which will give the Furies a 2-minute power play, which, if you're not familiar with the rule, means they will have 5 players on the ice to just the 4 for the Stingrays. That gets wiped if a goal is scored. So if the Furies do score a goal, then it goes back to 5-on-5. But this is their first opportunity to have a numerical advantage on the ice. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Furies win the draw, keep it in the zone. Bowles goes for a shot.
Bowles gets a shot away, just slightly off to the right-hand side of the net. But this is where the Furies will need to keep the puck in, and the puck did come out there.
Offside.
Not quite able to keep it in.
Once again with that speed, looking for a shot on there. Short-handed, looking for a short-handed goal. Saved by Nema. Round the net. Goes in, looking for that backhand into that danger zone. Now the Furies forced to defend during their power play. Looking to try and get a couple numbers on the board. And unfortunately have to continue to battle in their own zone. Stingrays.
Oh, and they're getting a good shot away, but Furies doing what we call a power kill here. They've got puck possession in their attacking zone, and the Furies want to get possession and see if they can play the puck out. We get a break now, and the goalie makes a save and a bit of a lie down. What this does for the Stingrays is it runs the clock down. So when you get a little brief break like this, you want to get a quick change if you're the attacking team to maximise the amount of time you have on the penalty. And the Stingrays, they'll just coast on over to the face-off, take their time, and that helps run the clock down. And we have 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Stingrays.
And Furies end up with that puck, looking to get it out to get back into the attack. 35 seconds left on the power play. Stingrays once again going for that center. Now Bowles sends it up the boards to Walsh. Walsh going for the puck, sending it down, and that is an icing for the Fury. Quite
often you would see here in this instance, if there was an icing, it would be the defending team, the team with the numerical disadvantage, and there is no icing when you are on a penalty kill. But because the Furies are on the power play, they have no such luxury, so they're dragged all the way back. They can't get a change, and this is going to wipe out the penalty. So pretty much as soon as the puck is dropped, we will see the Tanya Crawley coming back on the ice.
Here we go back to some 5-on-5. Stingrays still in their O-zone, and Crawley back on the ice out of the box. Nema setting up. And that's another glove save from Nema, who has been battling with 19 shots so far on goal.
I think that might have been Crawley who got that shot there, Zoe. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a good shot through a screen. And Nema with a good job there to get eyes on it and make the save. So far this period has been a little bit kinder for the Furies. It's been 3 minutes and they're yet to be scored against. When you're down like this, quite often you just play shift by shift. And you say, this shift we're not going to get scored against. This shift we're not going to get scored against. And if you can chip away at it that way, then you can find some positives to take out of the game and develop through the series, which is, I'm sure, what this team will do. They haven't played together since probably this time last year.
Rays come away with that from behind the net. Go for a shot. Wide goes to the boards. And now Furies getting it out of the zone. Coming through with speed in that danger zone. Looking for a shot on. And that is a goal from the Melbourne Furies. Their first of the game on their second shot of the game.
They'll be pretty happy with that one. It's against the flow of the game, but you get a breakaway, and the Stingrays perhaps a little bit overconfident, pinching up high in defence. They're letting a lot of space behind them. They may be underestimating the Furies there a little bit. And I'll be able to tell you exactly who it was who scored that goal in a sec. We don't have 100% up-to-date lists here on our sheet of numbers versus names. The Furies, unfortunately for us, have nicknames on the back of their jerseys, which makes it a little bit hard to tell who they are.
Now, Stingrays, when that draw goes to the Furies, who send it back around behind their goal. D to D as they wheel back around the goal, looking for that pass to the winger. Furies, dangerous pass into the slot, and Stingrays looking for a shot. Don't manage to get it, but do keep possession once again, looking once again for that pass into the danger zone. Another save there by Nema. And now Jackwitz with possession just goes back deep into the Furies zone.
Furies doing a good job of owning that space now in front of the net. They've got a player back there, making sure they own it. Jackwitz there, just getting a little bit wrong-footed, but they're making a good job of congesting that space and not giving the Central Coast Stingrays too much of an opportunity.
Villegas with the puck, sending it up. Jackwitz looking for it. Battle for the puck, just on the edge of the blue. Does dribble out and go into the neutral zone, so the Furies will have to exit. Taking their time as they look for, and that one is cleared, so that is not an icing. Re-entry of the zone.
So that goal earlier was scored by Sarah Edmonds. I'm sorry we didn't have her on our team sheet earlier.
Nice save there from Nema. Now Furies looking to head back up. Winder with the puck, patrolling the O-blue line and just dumping that one in to get that change. Now Furies looking for that pass. Jackwitz coming in to the O-zone, looking for another shot. Puck gets taken away by Furies, and now we have Crawley coming up, looking for a shot. Fancy moves, and Nema does make that save. Goes wide into the corners. Another centering pass. Puck's behind the net. The Stingrays will send it up, and Furies get possession, manage to clear that from the zone. However, the Stingrays wind around and keep that one. That is Owen with the puck, who is now storming into their O-zone.
She just took one step too many and just got chopped off by the waiting Furies defence, who are now mostly holding back in defence and just trying to own that space. I think Nicholas would have spoken to them during the break about being a little bit more assertive in that area. And as a result, we haven't seen a goal scored this period by the Stingrays.
Absolutely. The putting on that pressure, kind of cutting away some of that Stingrays' speed. We are seeing a lot faster, and Nema swallows that puck up for a stoppage.
We'll have a face-off in the defensive zone for the Furies. One of the things we teach our beginner players here, and if you're not aware of it, a defensive zone face-off is actually a great opportunity to score a goal. Often the offensive team, their defensive players will creep in fairly close to the face-off, and you can sometimes get behind them and get a breakaway if your wingers move quickly. You can see there the Stingrays D are moving up quite high in that offensive face-off for them, which does leave them open to that play if the Furies can get the opportunity. We've got a hand up for a trip.
With a tripping penalty. First penalty of the game for the Furies. They will go 4-on-5 and have to go on the penalty kill. And I believe that is our goal scorer, Sarah Edmonds.
She'll be sitting down for 2 minutes for a well-earned rest. Just a little bit of stick action. Now, interesting enough, she's called there for a trip, although the opposing player didn't fall over, which is unusual. But Craig Armstrong-Frey, no one knows the rules better than him.
There are rules to this game?
There are most definitely rules to this game.
I'll keep that in mind.
Goalies, they're all a bit weird. There are no rules for goalies. They can do whatever they like. But the rest of us, we're not allowed to kill each other, and we're supposed to protect our goalies.
That's what I like to hear.
Supposed to. But anyway,
is keeping possession, keeping it in, going for a long shot there. Doesn't quite make it through, I believe, to Nema. Now Fury is getting it out, just getting it over. And, the Stingrays missed the pass, and now the Furies are on the penalty kill shot in their own O-zone. Rolling now. Now looking to get back.
McNabb there getting that shot away for the Furies, and she races over to get a change. But unfortunately, that's left her team exposed with just 3-on-5. You can have a run in on a penalty kill if you get that time and space, but you've got to get a change quickly because you're gassed after the sprint. But they do clear the puck away again. Bowles almost clears the puck out. Just gets a little bit caught. She's showing some good skill there, Debbie Bowles.
Absolutely. Now the Stingrays holding a comfortable but not insurmountable lead at the moment. You can definitely tell that the Furies have a bit of more of their desperation in their play than the Stingrays looking pretty comfortable.
1 minute to go on the penalty kill for the Furies. They've done very well in the second period. A big improvement over the first. It's just Central Coast yet to score in this second period after that early flurry of 4 in the first period.
Furies send it back deep, and they are putting a bit of pressure in their O-zone. And now the Stingrays coming back through, looking for that touch-up. Don't quite make it, but do keep possession. Going in, danger zone, backhand. Doesn't make the goal.
Beautiful kick save there, Nemo. She got her pads right in the way of that one. That was a world-class save.
And going behind the net, keeping possession. Good pressure there. I believe that is Bowles. Putting pressure on the Stingrays.
Just the 10 seconds to go now on the penalty kill. And then the Furies will be back to full strength.
We will see Edmonds flying out of the box. And here we go. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Stingrays maintaining possession in their O-zone. Going around the boards, looking for the centering pass. No one is home for that one. And the Furies heading behind their net. Send that one up the boards.
A successful penalty kill there for the Furies. They managed to create a couple of scoring opportunities out of it as well. As the Central Coast not able to capitalise on that numerical advantage they had for 2 minutes.
Absolutely, a couple of shot attempts there as well. Great save there by Nima, who is sealing that post. And sending it up to the high slot. Furies get possession and look to get out of their zone. Send it up the boards. And we've got Bowles giving a bit of pressure before a bad change does lead to the Furies doing nothing because their whistle has been blown.
I'm not quite sure what the call is there. It looks like it might have been an offside. And then we'll bring the puck back for a face-off just outside the attacking zone for the Furies. A good second period so far. They've got a couple of chances and they've managed to get another scorer's counter shot on the net. And I think there's been a big difference there. Sarah Edmonds has made quite a difference to the Furies team. She's created a number of opportunities. And also, apart from giving away that penalty, she also scored that goal. But we have an offside there for the Central Coast. It was number 44 there, Tanya Crawley. She just got her feet. What she was trying to do, often when you've got a player skating up with the ice, you try and skirt along the edge of the blue line. But her skate was just on the wrong side of it. And as a result, the Furies with a offside. And sorry, the Central Coast caught offside. And so they'll have to bring it back and give the Furies a good chance. It was good, a little bit fortunate there that happened because there was a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Stingrays. A bit lucky they got caught offside.
We've gotten a couple of lucky whistles in the last minute or so. Stingrays just looking to clean up a bit of their zone entry on that one to maintain. And a shot goes in. The Stingrays are now up 5-1, and you will hear the siren go. Now, let's see who that goal was from. I'm sure we will find out in just a moment. I believe that was Winder. Sam Winder. I could be wrong. We will find out.
Scorers will tell us very shortly. It's a bit difficult to tell from this angle. We're positioned on the rink. We don't have the best sight lines, unfortunately. But all the better for everyone else who's watching.
I think they should hang commentators over the rink, like in Spider-Man.
I'm not sure about hanging. That's a bit harsh. But okay. Stingrays once again caught offside. They're just a little bit over eager to get across that blue line. Perhaps they all think they can score a goal at once, and that's not going to happen. What you can do in that situation, if you are carrying the puck, if you see your players about to go offside, you can dump the puck deep into attack, and then they can go in and chase it. And I think they've shown early on, the Central Coast, they've got a pretty good forecheck, which is to say when the puck goes into the other side's defensive zone, they're pretty good at going in and making sustained pressure. But they're trying to be a little bit too fancy now and giving away puck possession. And this time McNabb steals the puck, and she's got a chance to come down. Has another shot, but the save this time made by Sam Winder. Sorry, not Sam Winder, by Guinevere Blunt. And she is a pretty handy goalie here in B3. She plays for a team called the Big Deals here in Melbourne. So she's a bit of a ring-in for the Stingrays. I don't believe they brought their own goalie. They're using Guinevere Blunt here.
Some interstate friendship and community. Lunt hasn't seen much action in this game so far, and if the Furies are able to get a couple more shots on, we'll see how well she stacks up against being relatively cold in this game.
Beautiful still there, Sarah Edmonds just going around and picking the pocket of the Stingrays. Showing some good speed. Skates across the front of the slot. Pass tries to get a shot away through pressure, but it's good stick check by the Stingrays. And they all fall down. And that will conclude the second period. So a very dramatic change there in fortunes in that second period. 1 goal apiece to the Furies and the Central Coast. And I've got to say, Zoe, I think Sarah Edmonds has made a huge difference in this second period. Just that bit of extra intensity. She's putting pressure on the Central Coast Stingrays, which they weren't getting in the first period. So a big change for her. Maybe she was absent for the first period. It is a Friday and people have to leave real jobs and so forth to come here and do something far more important, which is to play hockey. But she's made a massive difference. And Nima's made some pretty good saves too, flashing the leather and catching some pretty decent pucks, but also a really nice kick save about up midway through that period as well, which was an excellent kick save through traffic. She wouldn't have seen that puck coming and just managed to kick her pad out at the last minute and last second, I should say, and save another opportunity for the Stingrays. They are up at the moment. The Stingrays 5 goals to 1, 24 shot to 3 advantage, which does tell quite a story. But we saw a resurgence through the second by the Furies. Can they reverse their fortunes further in the third and maybe get another goal or two and keep the Stingrays down to none and make it a close contest? It didn't look like that in the first, but that's hockey. You never know what's going to happen. The clock will start ticking any minute now, and we will see what happens. They're only a 1 minute break between periods, so you don't get an awful lot of time to reset and talk about what's going on. So the coaches have their jobs absolutely cut out for them. How do you try and get about 45 seconds worth of value in terms of information you want to convey across to your players? You can't spend too much time because the clock just starts ticking and then you run out of game.
Absolutely. And we're setting up for the first drop of the third. Here we go. Stingrays with a win, and we are coming through. There's Prosic with the puck. Goes for a shot, high and around the boards, ringing around. Back into the centre. Passing.
Prosic trying to find the space in front of the slot, but it runs into excessive traffic there by the Furies, who are doing a good job of owning that space. And just picking up their intensity a little bit. Got a bit of a forecheck now on Morian, who is not quite able to clear the puck away as clearly as she likes. But the Stingrays do manage to break it out, finding Prosic, and she's got it 3-on-2. Gets a little bit of space, passes across, and there she's again with another opportunity, but there's a big pile up in front of the net. And sooner or later the referee's going to say that'll do. But no, the puck's still bobbling around.
Still going around.
It's now behind the net. Bobbling across the front, and the Furies clear the puck right down the other end, but it's not going to cross the line, so it won't be an icing. So they get a good opportunity to get the change that they needed after that defensive pressure. The Stingrays played up through the middle.
Passing up with speed, heading into their O-zone. Now, good check there by the Furies defence does leave them. There was a penalty upcoming. Penalty is for doing a very bad thing that you're not allowed to do. Well, we'll figure out in one moment.
It's only 2 minutes. It's not catastrophic. A very bad thing would be 10 minutes.
Doing a minorly bad thing.
So Aurelia Marion now getting 2.
Now we'll see how
some infraction, not quite sure what it was.
Work with their power play. Second power play for them of the game. First power play, they did spend quite a bit of time in their own zone, so I'm sure this time they'll be looking to get a couple more shots on. Keep it rolling in the offensive zone.
That was in the first period though, and this is a different Furies in the second. Is it going to be an even more different Furies in the third?
They have been ramping up the intensity as we're going, putting that pressure on at speed now. Winder is heading in, manages to get possession of the puck, does lose the handle a little bit, but keeps it, keeps at it, keeps going. Centering pass, doesn't quite make it with a good stick check there from the Furies, who then head back out of their zone. Try and head it up, that is cleared, so they are heading in. Rank on the pressure.
Sarah Chong there with a good dump down. She made the right choice just to put the puck all the way back in to the deep down into the defensive zone for the Stingrays and make them turn around and have to go and get it. Good play there, Sarah Chong.
Now Beck Jennings passes that one up the boards.
This time it's an icing.
An icing.
No, looks like we may have too many players on the ice. No, it is an icing. You can see over at the Furies bench, the referee saying, no, come back out here, please. You cannot have a rest. It's an icing call. The Furies did play the puck from behind their own red line and it crossed the other end without being touched, so they are back for a defensive zone face-off. And sorry, ladies, you are not allowed to change. It's not beer league here at iceHQ. This is international ice hockey rules, and that's called hybrid icing. And you are not allowed to change when you ice the puck.
Nothing.
That'll be a bit puffed.
And the Stingrays on a clean win there, and high in the O zone. Now the Furies get that one out. The speed of the Stingrays manages to keep that one, and Abatangelo has the puck there. Continues back into their O zone, looking for a shot on. Well, the pass shot for the lateral pass doesn't quite make it to, and a good stick to the corners.
It was a beautiful pass across the slot, but Owen, they're not quite able to finish it off. So
Now,
Owen, that was Tanya Crawley not able to quite get onto that.
And
the
a goal.
Furies.
Power play goal from the Furies. I believe that was
Sarah Edmonds again.
Sarah Edmonds again. Her speed doesn't gets past the Stingrays.
And puck is a rhyming word. We have to be careful.
Puck is a rhyming word with a couple of things, like luck, as they say.
There's a lot of luck in the puck, absolutely. But in that particular instance, I don't think that was luck. That was a good piece of play there, Edmonds. Pretty good at taking advantage of a defensive player who's just perhaps being a little bit complacent. He's got a good stick check too there, Edmonds. She manages to steal the puck again, and that's to Jackwitz, who drives around the outside. He's got a player in the middle, but is robbed of the puck.
A lot of speed as well. Doesn't quite manage to keep that, but they do keep that in, and Lunt freezes the puck on that one. Long shot there from Bowles, who is Batwoman on the back of their jersey.
Yeah, I don't think that was Bowles. That was Shelley Jensen there taking that shot in from the distance.
My bad, Shelley.
Bowles is sitting over on the bench at the moment, just letting her heart rate come back down again.
Shelley will be pleased with that one.
So we brought the score up to 2 goals to the Furies and 5 to the Central Coast, bringing it up to a 3-goal margin. Certainly not what we were expecting, but much more like we were hoping after that fairly unfortunate first period for the Furies, but the second period much better. But the puck just comes outside. You're all offside, girls.
Oh. They head out, they touch up, trying to get out of the zone, Lauren, I believe.
That's McNabb there, just losing her footing.
Now, is that Bowles? Can't quite tell.
Debbie
That's
Bowles
okay.
is not on the ice at the
Debbie
moment.
Bowles is not on the ice. Come back, Debbie. We miss you. Pardon me. So the Stingrays back in, go for a shot. Nema gets the save there as it heads behind the goal. Stingrays getting to that one in the corners. Going for a backhand there, doesn't quite make it. Good stick check there by the Fury. Heads back behind, and the Fury send it up the boards. Not quite enough power there to get it out of the zone to their wingers. Looking for another dangerous pass. Nema gets that one behind the goal, and it exits the zone, so the Stingrays will have to leave. A pass goes awry, allows the Fury to touch that one up and head back up. Jackwitz there. Stick check, another stick check, and a bit of a fall.
Prosek now making a move through the middle. She goes left and right, tries to get around everyone, but eventually runs into a wall, but finds the twine.
Once, twice, 3 times. That was some good stick work there, as she manages to get around 2 defenders and the goalie to get that 7th goal.
And we've certainly seen Vicky Prosek do that on numerous occasions.
Stingrays.
We know that you give her a little bit of time and space. She's a pretty decent puck handler, and she can find that opportunity to stick the puck in the net, which is exactly what she does. Now we're out to 6 goals to 2, 32 shots to 6 this far. And this time it is Debbie Bowles who makes the pass. Stingrays caught offside.
Manages to touch it up to avoid that whistle. A shot goes high, rings around, and Walsh with the puck, trying to get that one out of the zone.
That was Dutton there. Sorry, not Dutton. That was Sam Winder there taking the high shot.
Stingrays keep it in. That centering pass off a skate goes behind the goal. As the Furies desperately trying to get that one out of the zone.
Just 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the 3rd period of this first game. Puck just cleared out to the side by the Furies. Stingrays with another chance to bring the puck around Vicky Prosek. Just floating around there looking dangerous. She couldn't quite get the backhand on it that she wanted. She's pressed by Bowles.
Circling around, looking for a shot. Some defense there. Nema with the save. Dangerous looking rebound, manages to get out, and Bowles with the puck.
Gets robbed by Abtagio, but just trying to carry that puck just that little bit too much in defence. We always teach prioritising clearing the zone, not trying to do fancy stuff. And the Furies caught on a very bad change, and they've given away an easy goal there. Fairly poor changing timing there for them. I think they'd be a little bit a bit sad about that one. You could see there was no one at home for the Furies. They were all racing off to get a change, but just not quick enough. And as a result, it was a 1-on-none for the Stingrays, which blows out to 7-2 lead with 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third period here.
Absolutely looking a little tired exiting out of their own zone. Just a bit slow on the change there. And battling through is Edmonds.
That's Edmonds trying to get through absolutely everyone and nearly manages it.
Keeping there at the corners. And manages to get past Crawley. Sends it, tries to send it east to west of a body there. And now the Stingrays with possession again. That is Owen heading into the zone to Crawley. A save, a rebound. And Nima is desperately looking for the puck.
It's down there somewhere.
We hope so. And Furies.
Edmonds doing as much as he possibly can to try and salvage a little bit more out of this game from the Furies. They managed to keep it in themselves there. McNabb not clearing the puck. And this time they get a chance to clear the puck out, and they do. And McNabb with a chance, but it is a potential icing. But if she wins the race, they have to wipe it off. And that's exactly what's happened. McNabb would have been the first one there to the puck. And as a result, the icing is cleared. But the Furies now caught again on a bad change. They've now got 3 players on the ice and a stacked bench. They've got to get that sorted out. They've still only got 3 players on the ice, and that's a dead giveaway. But a little bit lucky there, the Furies, not to get caught out on that very poorly muffed change there. They are tired. It's nearly the end of the game.
Some excellent saves there from Nema, who just managed to keep that one out. They didn't manage to get the backhand. The Stingrays didn't manage to get the backhand on that one to get that one in, as Nema was stretched across the goal. They are trying to go for that wraparound, and it is no goal.
Nema looks pretty tired. She had a game and a half, and she would have been a little bit concerned when she would have seen that change, and all of a sudden there was no Furies on the ice and 5 Stingrays coming straight at her. I can imagine, Zoe, what would have been going through your head in that circumstance, but it wouldn't have been complimentary, I would imagine. Beware of my teammates. Can you come here and help out, please? Yeah.
Now, that was no goal. I'm not completely certain if that was an interference call or the play was initially decided to be offside.
I think it might just have been that the referees lost sight of the puck. And if they lose sight of the puck, they have to stop it, regardless of whether or not the puck is actually in or out of the net. And it's just a safety issue. So if the referee loses sight of the puck, they will stop the game. Whether or not it was a goal, it's a little bit academic. Doesn't really affect the score at this point. 7-2 the lead. But can the Furies get another one? Or will the Stingrays get the barb on the tail and polish it off?
Looking for a shot. High, doesn't quite make it through to Lunt.
Blocked there by
Good
Aurelia
centering
Marion.
pass, almost goes in just wide. Now Stingrays back with possession. Dwyer trying to send it up the boards. Jackwit's not quite able to make it there in time, and now
Jackwit's did a good job there of overlapping there. She saw that that a defensive player had pinched up high, and she came past and covered it up. So good play there by Jackwitz, who then has a collision and no foul.
Bit of a collision. Both of them are fine.
Dwyer and Jackwitz there running into each other's shoulder at speed. It is too, if you're not aware of it, ice hockey at its level is not a non-contact sport. It's called a non-checking sport, which is to say you are allowed to make contact with your opponents. You're not allowed to deliberately deprive them of the puck, but you are allowed to play the puck, and if they get in the way, that's just bad luck. Bowles there, just trying to take that one step too many.
Now Renk with the puck, looking to head it up, sends it into the zone, unfortunately directly to the Stingrays, but the Furies do keep possession. And now a bit of time for them to decide what they want to do with this one. Send it up, Renk going for the puck. Now Bowles backing up there. Stick check defense, and Renk battling for the puck right in front of us with Bosca
running it, making a run through, but runs into some solid defence. Proska going around the front, takes the backhand, but nicely saved there by Nema. Got pads and stuff in the way, and that's all you need to do. And again,
another excellent save there by Nema.
She's had a big game.
Absolutely.
Bowles tries to clear the puck out, but she's stick checked effectively by Bosca.
See Walsh looking for the pass up the boards, managed to send it out, and now we are going back into the Fury zone. That is Darcy with the puck there.
Darcy with a nice shot. But Lunt made a big rebound out of it, but it wasn't enough.
Now Jilly's entering the zone clean with Bosca in tow. going for a shot, doesn't make it through. Centering pass doesn't connect to Bosca's stick, and now the Furies once again with possession, and Edmonds with speed heading up into the zone. Doesn't quite, loses the handle a little bit there with a bit of a stick check.
Edmonds a little bit lucky there too not to get penalised for a trip. It was a close call on her stick and her opponent's escape, but the referee says no, it wasn't.
Now Winder with the puck looking for a shot. An excellent blocker save there from Nima. Keeps it on the post. Now winding around, stick check there by Jensen, manages to get, Jensen, pardon me, gets it in, and Bosca once again with the puck.
So at this point in the game, the likelihood of the result changing around isn't terribly high. They're mostly playing for pride from the point of view of the Furies. They'd love to get another goal. But the Central Coast will be only too aware of the fact they've got to play a lot of games in not much time, and they've travelled, which is hard work as well. It's a good few hours to get here from Arena, and they'll be trying to conserve energy and make sure they've got enough gas for another game tonight, and then another 2 games tomorrow. Or maybe it's 3 games tomorrow. I'd have to double check because they get 5 games. So I think they've got 2 games tomorrow as well as the finals on Sunday. So they don't want to use up too much of their legs. If they blow it all tonight in this first game, then they will pay for that later on in the tournament. It's as much about fatigue management as anything else. And with just 20 seconds to go, once the time the puck gets dropped, we may or may not get this final face-off for the Furies with one more attacking opportunity. We've only got the 15 seconds now to play. We'll see if we get anything out of this much at all. The Furies with one more chance to get a goal.
Shoot that one. Don't manage to make it to the net.
Just the 5 seconds
And
to
now
go.
5 seconds to go. Stingrays are looking to twist the knife with this one. Another shot. That's a save by Nema on the final shot of the game. The 41st shot Nema has faced throughout this game. And the Stingrays come away with it. It was 7-2. If Carl would like to run us through who got the goals.
So we do talk about fatigue management. Nema has certainly had a hard one tonight. I wonder if the Furies have a backup goalie, because she'll be one very tired young lady for the second game tonight. That was a pretty decent workout for her. Goals this evening in the first, when it looked pretty grim for the Furies. Prosic with that first one, only a bare 30 seconds or so into the game, and then Owen and Crawley and Abatangelo, I should say, hopefully I've got that right, for 4-0 at the end of the first. And it was looking pretty grim for the Furies, but they struck back in the second. Sarah Edmonds with an unassisted goal about 5 minutes into the period, and then the Stingrays took it back out to a 4-goal lead with Sam Winder getting one back with just on 2 minutes to play in the second. And in third, it was a player without a name here. We've got on our system, all we have is a 0, which isn't particularly useful. One of the unnamed players here for the Furies, I think, assisted by Lauren Blakely, but we'll find out who that was at some point throughout the evening. And then Vicky Prosic.
It may have been Edmonds.
It may have been Edmonds, that's correct, but interestingly enough, they haven't recorded it. We'll find out who that was at a later point, but certainly that was a second goal there for the Furies, which was looking good for them. But Prosic struck back later on with just 9 minutes to play, and then Sam Winder with the last nail in the coffin for the Furies, and the lead blew out to 7-2. 41 shots to 8. Good game there by Sarah Namer, and I've got to say Nicholas Droog did a great job on the bench for the Furies. It's pretty hard when you end of a first period, it's looking pretty rough, and it's a job just to try and get your players to keep their heads in the game. It's easy to get rattled, and you can't call a timeout, and you've only got 1 minute breaks during the during between periods, which does make things very difficult indeed. We will stop now for a break and be back with you in 10 minutes for game 2, which will be between the Melbourne Reds and the Melbourne Flaming Guitars. We'll be back with you very shortly.